Well, they haven't got a great deal of momentum, but they've got some history, haven't they? They've won 2 out of 5 World Cups. They didn't play in the first 2 World Cups because of the apartheid policy. They played their first one in 1995 and won at home, and they've won in France in 2007. They've also got Heyneke Meyer, a coach who's been there to World Cups before. He assisted Nick Mallett in 1999, so he's had experience. I think he's a coach that wears his heart on his sleeve and the players enjoy him. And they are highly motivated, aren't they? They're highly motivated as a nation to be the best in the world at rugby. Being a multicultural nation, Jean de Villiers, John Smith before him, and the senior players and the players of that team are trying to make sure that a multicultural side is the best in the world as an example to the nation. It's a huge motivation, I think. I mentioned John Smith. He's got a broken patella at the moment, but they tell me he's going to be okay, and I think he's important to them. Brian Habana, I think he's probably been the leading try scorer in Rugby World Cups over a period of time. There's talk about Fury Dupree coming back and playing in this World Cup, and I think Fury Dupree, the scrum half, is probably the best scrum half over the last 10 years in world rugby, and he's got a marvellous knowledge of how to run a game. His game understanding is second to none, so he's going to be a very important player to them. Put Victor Matfield in there. He's the guru of the line-out. He's the most intelligent man on the line-out in the world. A young guy, Andre Pollard, who's the fly half, who's 21. He led the Springbok under-20 side to a World Cup in New Zealand last year, the under-20 tournament. He scored 19 points in a recent win against the All Blacks at Ellis Park in South Africa. 19 points for South Africa, including two tries. So he's a threat, and they haven't had a threat at 10 before, and I think he's probably the most promising rugby player in the world right now. Like South Africa are going to win that pool, aren't they? It's an easy draw for them, and I think I'm not being disrespectful for the other sides. They've got a good draw. They'll probably play Australia in the quarter-final. My gut feeling is they'll get through that, and they'll play the All Blacks in the semi. I think they're probably 4th. England, I think, have only won 1 Six Nations in the last 12 years. Stuart Lancaster and Chris Robshaw have made some changes, I think, and it's obvious from those who are outside of England looking in that there's a new mentality there.